Hello everyone! It was so great to hear all the feedback from the last video and how it's been helping you get back into creativity during this weird time. So this week we're going to be working with watercolor. What you're going to need is watercolor paint, multimedia color paper, watercolor paper, some water, and some cloth to dab away at mistakes that you have made. So right here I'm sketching out the shells in front of me. So these are white shells, so it can be kind of tricky to paint these because, we think of white as not having a lot of values and colors, but actually if you look very closely you can see a lot of blues and yellows and browns that kind of pop out. So what I'm doing here is I'm mixing my colors just to kind of get an idea of just the base color, which is going to be this kind of brown yellow. Now I'm just going in lightly, adding a lot of water to the pigmented color so that it is lighter shade. Remember, with watercolor, you have to work light to dark. And you always want to make sure that you save those white spaces and keep those, because you can't go back over them like with acrylic or oil paint. So right here, I'm just adding some details, starting to add in some darker colors to start to get that form. Now I've chosen to use kind of a purpley blue for the shadows because I thought it would contrast well with that burnt yellow. Now we're going in, just lightly adding darker and darker shades, kind of building up. With watercolor, you want to keep building up layers. That's how you make something feel like it has more shape and more form. Now, you really want to focus on the bottom shadow because it makes it feel like the shell is popping off the page. Just going in and adding details, really focusing on those edges and the way things fade out. Now you can go in and add some warmer colors like some reds or pinks, and this kind of brings that part of the shell forward. Remember that warm colors bring the object forward and dark colors help that part of the painting recede into the background. So now we're starting on the second shell to give the first one time to dry, and I'm starting in by adding that burnt yellow again and then those darker shadows. Now I'm painting outside, so there's a lot of contrast because it's very bright out. So I'm trying to add layers of color, layers from light to dark, and then getting that roundness of the shell. Now every time I dip my paintbrush in the palette, I'm adding a little bit of water and testing it out to see if it's the pigmented color I want, or maybe there's too much color and I want to add more water. So now I'm starting to go in and add the very bottom a darker purple so that we have that dark shadow like in the first shell. And you can see that my shells aren't as white as they are in person, but this kind of gives them more character and it's a little nicer to look at. But you see here how my shadows really help it pop. And so now we're looking at a little bonus video I did. This is of an abstract, kind of colorful watercolor painting that I did where I added waterproof pen to begin with this kind of flowing pattern, and then I go back in over it and add some brighter colors. This is going to be for next week's video because I will be doing some collage and this gives me some more elements to play with. So I did the painting and then I cut it out, and now we will have something to work with. So thank you so much for watching this video. I hope it brought a little bit of joy to your day. And remember, it's just about the process. It's not about perfection, and we're just doing this to relax and enjoy making something. Thank you so much, and I'll see you next time.